price of those produced in the US because printing costs are so incredibly low. Education is a great field. Not only can you teach English as a second language, but you can in fact teach any subject in China in English, and students will sign up just to hear you speak. Engineering. China is a country run by engineers. Our country run by lawyers. In case you ever wanted to know how to spell World of Warcraft in Chinese, here it is. But seriously, many information technology companies are outsourcing much of their work to China. These companies need English-speaking managers for their software development teams. Renewable energy is a hot topic right now, and it's one that Harvard students are exploring on Cambridg Institute's spring break trip to China. Health professions. What better place to study China's ancient history or modern history than China itself? The Chinese automobile industry is burgeoning. They have every type of vehicle on the road, every make and model, and you can be a part of that. Here's the panda, mascot of China to the world. You can visit the great panda at the Beijing Zoo, or see the giant panda in its original habitat in Sichuan province. Chinese Qigong and Taiji are becoming very popular in gyms throughout the Western world. Learn from the masters. And of course, Chinese traditional massage. Precision industry. Security services. Really, any industry will help you explore it. So, a little bit about our business training courses. You learn from examples, case studies of how people either made it big or, because they failed to follow some rules of doing business in China, failed miserably. Learn from the local companies too. The Chinese have been doing business in their own country for thousands of years. Why not learn from them? Now there are some differences, important ones, between doing business in China and doing business in the United States. When most people think of China, they think of the Han Chinese, the ethnic majority. But in fact, China is a multi-ethnic land composed of 56 different ethnic groups. It's a multi-religious society. Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, as well as other religions with which you're probably more familiar, such as Islam and Christianity. Chinese business culture is very precise. When you give your business card or a gift, do so with two hands to show that your spirit is behind it. And when you receive a business card, inspect it briefly. Note something about the person or company before you pocket it, showing that you really care about that person. I could go on at length about these topics. Come on our trips, and you'll learn about them in detail. Now, the Chinese legal system is quite different from that in the US. China is a single-party state. As a result, the greatest purchasing power in the market is the Chinese central government. If you have a product you think the Chinese government would like to buy, please tell us. We'll help you sell it to them. Now, I know I've been saying a lot about native English and how you don't really need to know any Chinese. And that's still true. Chinese professionals speak English. But if you learn a few simple phrases like ni hao, you can greet the Chinese in their own language and build better bonds, which are of course essential to doing business there. So, let's look at a sample itinerary for, we'll say, the automobile industry. You fly into Beijing, visit Hunan Province, central China, the Yellow River, where Chinese civilization was born, and then move on to that futuristic city, Shanghai. Day 1, arrive in Beijing. You'll be welcomed right off the bat by businessmen and or government officials in the nation's capital. What's better than that? Then you get to tour the city and experience Chinese culture. The Forbidden City, the Great Wall, the Bird's Nest, see the downtown, dine on Peking duck at Chenjude, where Peking duck was invented. This restaurant, by the way, has played host to many foreign heads of state, including Presidents Nixon, Clinton, and the Bushes. Then it's on to Zhengzhou in central China, where you get your very detailed introduction to Chinese business. You get to visit Yutong Group, the biggest bus manufacturer in Asia, and then, since you're exploring the auto industry, another business visit to YTO Group, which produces more agricultural vehicles than any other company in China. From there, it's an easy day trip to Dongfeng to visit the famous Shaolin Temple, where Kung Fu and Zen Buddhism were born. Since you're there anyway, why not stop by the Hunan Shaolin Auto Company and see some Kung Fu themed buses? Then back to Zhengzhou for some courses on Chinese business. You can explore the award-winning Hunan Museum, the best museum in the province, and attend a concert of traditional instruments. Then take a plane to Shanghai and have dinner in the world's second tallest building. Dubai just built one that beat it out by adding an antenna. You could then meet executives from Shanghai Auto. They produce Volkswagen and many other brands of cars for Chinese consumption. The mayor of Shanghai has partnered with the Cambridg Institute to invite you to experience 2010's biggest event, the Shanghai World Expo, the theme of which is Better City, Better Life. Now, they used to say, "Go west, young man." Well, now your president calls on you to keep going west until you reach the east.
That's why I'm pleased to announce that the United States will dramatically expand the number of our students who study in China to 100,000. And these exchanges mark a clear commitment to build ties among our people as surely as you will help determine the destiny of the 21st century. And I'm absolutely confident that America has no better ambassadors to offer